Welcome to episode 8 of the Prolific Shift Sunday Sit Down. I'm Janae Peters, and I'm the founder, CEO, or whatever other creative title lets you know that I created Prolific Shifts. So the main part of Prolific Shifts is a cohort community that's meant to support Black educators in engaging in personal and professional development in ways that a lot of the institutions and environments in which we exist were not designed to support us. So kind of for us, by us space where we're learning about who we are and what that means for how we move and work in the world, and where we're creating space for connection, relationships, audacity, all those other things that can really help us in the work that we have committed to in the world. The other part of this are these Sunday sit downs. So a space, this is for everyone. This is for anyone who's interested in a shift, anyone who is ready to ask some big questions of your world, whether that's of your values, your actions, your desires, all those things. There's space for that here. Each week I'm asking a question and offering an action item on Sundays just to really get you going with your week. So here we are again, and we're at episode 8 on August 15th, 2021. So last week's question asked you to examine your priorities and whether or not your actions support what you profess to be your priorities. This week we're going in a bit of a different direction, though we're still shifting, and we're shifting always and in all ways. Tagline. This week we also have some good light, and part of it is I have some good people in my world who, for whatever reason, look out for me, and I hope to also look out for my people in the ways that I can and when I can, and to pay that forward. So we got some good light today. We're trying it out. I'm not a light tech, so let me know what I'm doing or what advice you have for what I should do, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So this week's question asks, what line of inquiry is guiding your life this year? And or what line of inquiry would you like to guide your life this year? So this question is an interesting one to me, and it takes me to Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God, which has always been one of my absolute faves. And part of it is I always enjoyed Janie's character's exploration. So Janie was always really taking stock of what was happening in front of her and why, and also what she was doing and what she wanted to be doing. And one of my favorite lines from that text says, there are years that ask questions and years that answer. There was one year in particular where I had read Their Eyes Are Watching God. I had encountered Rilke's Letters to a Young Poet and was just pulling all this stuff together, and also had Gerard Manley Hopkins's poem As Kingfishers Catch Fire, which has my favorite line, the one that's tattooed on my body, that says, what I do is me, for that I came, I say more. And there was one particular summer where I put all those together and really found myself thinking about how questions can and maybe should guide a lot of our doing. I think oftentimes we're looking for models. We want someone to tell us exactly what had been done and exactly what we should do. But because we're all so different, and because we all have such vast inner experiences, backgrounds, perspectives, because so many different things have been passed down to us, it is so hard to give people the what. But it's possible to give the why, and I think inquiry gets at that why a lot. So when I think of this particular question, so what line of inquiry is guiding my life this year? What questions am I asking of my life this year? I think the one that surfaces is this question of like, what is your assignment, right? So what have you come to do? And what do you contribute to the environments you inhabit? And are you doing what you said you were coming to do? A sub question to that for me, or a question that has come out of that inquiry, includes one that I've offered earlier, which is sort of, who are you when you're not working? Because I think assignments are much bigger than any capitalist structure that puts us in work. I think that there are things that we do in work that are assignments, but I didn't want it. I think it's important for me that it's not connected to a job or profession. You know, our assignment can be in a lot of spaces, and I want to honor that too. So who am I when I'm not working? And when I think about what I have felt called to, I've felt called to a life of service for as long as I can remember. And for me, that was through education. Before I even had been to school, I was trying to teach my siblings things, and had decided that I was going to be a teacher, a doctor teacher, as I told my mother when I was 4 years old or something like that. And when I think of the first 10 years of teaching for me, so much of it was centered on pedagogy, practices, classroom community, and those are crucial things, right? But that's been my practice. And when I think about where I am now that I am a little older, I have had a few more experiences. I've really started to think about what it looks like to create spaces that allow people to experience some of the things that I have experienced or that I have learned throughout space and time and through mentorship and other relationships. And so I think my assignment has shifted, and that's the question that I'm living now. In what ways has it shifted, or what's my area of impact? What's my access point? And I think that that's what I'm trying to figure out now. So that's a quick offering here. So again, the question asks, what line of inquiry is guiding your life this year? And what line of inquiry would you like to guide your life this year? And then the action item asks us to reflect upon signs or reminders that we have received that remind us of our what and our why. And, pay particularly close attention to the fact that you might not have received signs, and that's okay, or that the signs may be pointing you in a different direction. Whatever is most true for you, try to get that down pat, have it articulated so that you can get ready for next week's question, which is very much going to be connected to this one. So remember, there are years that ask questions and years that answer, and let's think about what those are for us and what we can do with that in our worlds. All right, y'all. Peace. Always good to be here and be sharing this space with you all. Please reach out if you have anything to offer, and always happy to be in thought partnership with people. All right. Take good care. If you liked anything you heard, please don't hesitate to comment, like, subscribe, or support in any of these ways, and especially through your love and care. Peace, and I'll see y'all again soon.